Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Red Sox today is John Tudor, whose record is 3-1 with a 5.83 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bert Blyleven, whose record is 3-1 with a 4.04 ERA. Okay, we find ourselves in the midst of this 9-game homestand where we took 2 out of 3 versus the Twins. The final game of that series was over before we even played an inning. The Twins scored 4 against Jack Morris, and then we shut them down the rest of the ball game, but there was no way we were going to win that game. It was really over with the first pitch of the game. So that it was disappointing. I hate games like that, but like I said in yesterday's game, I think 80% of our game is just designed to do that to you, and it's frustrating. But a loss is a loss. We move on. We took a day off, a much-needed day off, resting all of our players, which we needed in order to face the first place Red Sox for 3 games, and then the Yankees for 3 games. Then we get a day off before we go on the road. So we have it cut out for us in this next 6 games. You may have noticed in the opening title card with Bert Blyleven, I made some adjustments yesterday to the baseball cards for the current Tigers players, and I just want to show it to you real quick, because I'm proud of myself. I'm pretty much not capable of anything creative beyond just talking over playing a game. But if you look at our Tigers here, obviously Kirk Gibson's 84 Topps card was already created by Topps. But then we have Greg Brock, the Brock Nest Monster. I managed to find a way to get the Tigers team name onto the Dodgers card. It wasn't very difficult. It was a 2-step process. Glenn Wilson, of course, that's his actual card. And then Ken Smith, he does not have a 84 card. This is an 84 minor league card that represents him, which I found online. Alan Trammell, of course, is accurate. George Brett now has the Tigers team name on his baseball card from that year. It no longer says Royals. Terry Kennedy no longer says Padres. Chet Lemon is correct. Lou Whitaker is correct. Jesse Barfield no longer says Blue Jays. Now says the Tigers. Doug Baker. I actually found this created card representing him. We used the 83 card for Doug Baker up until yesterday. So now Doug Baker has an accurate card. He did play for the Tigers in 84. Jody Reed did not play in the major leagues until 1988. So, we're not going to have anything for him for a while. And then in the minors, there were a few that I fixed. There's Kevin Bass, now has a Tigers card. Jeff Stone, Eddie Miller. So Bobby Ramos no longer has the Expos card. It is a Tigers card. I think there's 1 or 2 more. Garbe is correct. Rich Gedman now has a Tigers card instead of a Red Sox card. And then for pitching, just real quick, we're just going to hit the main ones. Bert Blyleven, starting today, now has a Tigers card to represent him. And Dave Rucker, he actually did play for the Tigers, but his 84 card, he was on the Cardinals, and now we've got it represented with the Detroit team name. And Roy Thomas, as you can see, now says the Tigers instead of the Mariners. So, it wasn't very difficult for me to do that. I'm not looking for a round of applause. But what I do like is the fact that we have it looking correctly. And maybe that'll, quell some of the viewers who are watching these videos for the first time and are saying, hey, I didn't know Bert Blyleven played for the Tigers. Or before they were saying, hey, Bert Blyleven never played for the Tigers. So maybe it'll just stop some of those questions, which I don't really mind, but it's it gets old for me. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. I also want to mention that I've done this for the Red Sox and the Twins and the Yankees. So I've actually corrected all of their baseball cards to represent the actual team that they are on. I am not clever enough to like put a Yankees hat on Ozzie Smith. I can't do that. I don't have that skill. But it does say a Yankees card now instead of a Cardinals card. And that's fun for me. I actually enjoyed, and I got all the time in the world now, you know, while I don't have my car. So, all right, so here we go. Bert Blyleven getting the start today. The current Red Sox lineup is batting .241 against him, so he's had some success. All the bullpen is available because we did have the day off yesterday. And all the lineup is healthy. Heading into today's game versus a left-hander, John Tudor. It's weird because the only right-hander in our lineup that hits lefties well is Alan Trammell. Wilson does not hit them well. Barfield just does not have enough overall appearances versus lefties. And we know my large adult son does not hit anyone well, really. But he definitely has a better chance than Terry Kennedy. So Kennedy's getting the day off today. Let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Boston Red Sox. And maybe you can see the one player in the lineup whose card I corrected. Let's see if you can pick it out. Batting leadoff and DHing is Chico Walker. Batting second in center field is Schelle Tarver. Batting third at third base is Wade Boggs. Batting cleanup playing first base is Pat Dodson. Batting fifth in left field is Jim Rice. Batting sixth in right field is Clint Hurdle. Batting seventh at shortstop is Dickie THON. Batting eighth, making his season debut at catcher, is Dennis Littlejohn. And batting ninth at second base is Marty Barrett. Did you pick it out? Did you notice it was Dickie THON? I switched his card over from the Astros to the Red Sox. Okay, Bert Blyleven, he's having a rough go of it lately. He's making his 8th start. He's 3-1 with a 4.04 ERA, 33 strikeouts, and 49 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .287 against him. He does have a complete game shutout. Fastball topping out 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 35%. He's got 4 pitches. Only one is any good. That's that sidearm curve. Overall, he is currently rated a 79. The 33-year-old righty is getting paid for 2 more years beyond this season. You may notice that he only started 10 games for us last year because of injuries, and his health now is at 77. So that's kind of that range, below league average range, I guess technically, where we are concerned about him suffering some kind of injury that will take him out for the rest of the year. Looking at his log, his last start did come against the Indians. He stuck around long enough to get the win. He gave up 10 hits and a couple of walks, but he went 7 and only gave up 3 runs. That was good enough to beat the Indians. Okay, let's take a look at our defense. Pretty sound. We do have Barfield out there in center field today, and Parrish behind the plate. Everybody else is the usual guy. Chico Walker leading off against Bert Blyleven. Walker batting .294, 5 home runs. He crushed us last time we played him. Here he pops it straight up into foul territory on the first base side. Brock making the catch. There's 1 down. Next up is Schelle Tarver. I should point out that the Red Sox in the American League East not only have the highest batting average, they have the most home runs and the most stolen bases of any team in the East. Schelle Tarver pops it up in the same spot as Walker. So 2 pop outs into foul territory. Can we make it 3 with Wade Boggs? Boggs batting .336, as you might expect. He's got 7 home runs, though. Currently leading the team. Did he get another one? Deep to center field. 407 feet. That's not going to make it. out of the park when it's 440 to dead center. A good inning for Blyleven. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff in left field is Kirk GIBSON. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third at first base is Greg Brock. Batting cleanup in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting fifth and DHing is Kenny Smith. Batting sixth in center field is Jesse Barfield. Batting seventh at third base is George Brett. Batting eighth and catching is Lance Parrish. And batting ninth at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Okay, John Tudor gets the start for the Red Sox. He is making his 8th total start. I know we've had that abbreviation issue. You know what? Let's just go right to the log. It's a little easier to get their total stats here. So yes, he is 3-1 with a 5.83 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 46 and third innings pitched. Opponents are betting 307 against him. We faced him back on April 21st, and he beat us. Going 7 innings, giving up just 1 run on 7 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He's coming off a loss, his first loss of the season, which was against Toronto, where he gave up 7 runs and 11 hits in 6 2/3. He does not walk many. Let's see, his fastball tops out at 87 miles an hour. Unfortunately, at that speed, that is his best pitch, rated an 89. He's got a slider and a curve, both above league average. Overall rated an 87. The 30-year-old lefty is a free agent at the end of next year. He is the number 2 pitcher in their rotation right now, and that is because they have 2 major injuries to the rotation with Oilcan Boyd and Bruce Hurst, both injured currently. Okay, so here's the defense for the Red Sox. They are really good. The only blemish is out there in right field, which is Clint Hurdle. So everyone else above league average. Okay, Gibby will lead off against John Tudor. We got a lot of lefties in the lineup today. And Gibson takes strike 3 looking. 1 down. Here is Alan Trammell. Trammell, as I mentioned earlier, does hit lefties pretty well, batting 324. Flying out to right center field. 2 quick outs for Tudor. That's going to bring up Greg Brock. Brock batting 323 versus lefties. Striking out on that slider low and away. So 2 Ks for Tudor. We go to the top of the second. No score. Pat Dodson leading off. Dodson having a good sophomore season, batting 261. He's got 7 home runs. Flipping the ball out to left field. Gibson will make the catch. 1 down. Here's Hall of Famer Jim Rice. Not putting up Hall of Fame numbers, batting 238 with 4 home runs. There's a ground ball to third, and Brett makes the play. Every play to third, I instinctively think it's an error. I'm sure you probably do too at this point. Clint Hurdle gets the first hit for the Red Sox today, singling to left field. Runner on first, shortstop Dickie THON is up. THON batting 248, 4 home runs. Fly ball to right, and Glenn Wilson will make the catch. So we strand the runner, go to the bottom of the second inning, with Glenn Wilson leading off. Wilson batting 152 versus lefties. I have no idea why he cannot hit lefties this year. He will take a walk, and we have the leadoff man on for Kenny Smith. Smith, he had 6 home runs in the last 10 games, not including today, so let's see if he can keep that streak going. A 2-2 count, and another curveball low and away. That's 3 Ks for John Tudor. 1 out. Here's Jesse Barfield. He's striking out a slider a foot outside the strike zone. So Tudor's looking sharp despite the walk. Here's George Brett. Brett, we dropped way down in the lineup as he flies out to center. All right. Nothing but fastballs to Brett. We go to the top of the third. Hey, is this familiar or not? Tigers, no hits through 2 innings. For whatever reason, we cannot get a hit till the 3rd or the 4th. Dennis Littlejohn getting the call up due to the injury to Gino Petralli. Not sure why they're not starting John Stearns. Littlejohn, in his first appearance of the season, flips it to left center field, and it's a base hit. So he's 1 for 1 on the year. You might remember the Red Sox got him during spring training last year from the Giants, and he was their everyday starter. And this year he relegated to AAA. So Littlejohn on first. Here's Marty Barrett, number 9 hitter, batting .380 for crying out loud. Fly ball to the left. 1 out. Back to the top of the lineup with Chico Walker. Walker, you remember, popped it up into foul ground in the first. A comebacker to Blyleven, who gets the force at second. Walker with good speed at first. I would expect him to be going here with 2 down. Here's Schelle Tarver. He is going. And he's successful in stealing his 13th stolen base. You got to combine them. He's 13 for 15. Well, that'll get a runner in scoring position for Schelle Tarver. Tarver batting .333. Certainly capable of driving in a run. Little lazy fly ball out to Gibby and left. That'll get him out of it. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. No score. John Tudor, total control. Let's see if Lance Parrish can get the Tigers going. Nope. Not capable of that. 5th strikeout for Tudor. Here's number 9 hitter, Lou Whitaker. Yeah, this is unbelievable how predictable this game is. This is like the same thing has happened for what, like 4 or 5 games in a row? Where we're completely getting shut down for, I mean, what, 4 or 5 innings at a time? And then we turn it on, you know? But I think it started with Len Barker, right, of the Indians, when we played them. And every pitcher since then has completely shut us down. All the Twins, Clowitter, you remember, shut us down. All right, now we got Gibby on first. Gibby has been thrown out 3 times in a row. We have 2 down. We may as well send him. Curveball, and Gibson breaks the streak. That is his 14th stolen base. All right, so Gibby in scoring position for Trammell. I guess this is what we want. We want Trammell in this position. He hits left-handers the best on the team. And he nubs it. I mean, can't frickin' buy a hit. It's frustrating, man. I gotta take a little bit of coffee here. All right. Yeah, we are not clutch hitters, but I don't know if it's our players or if it's just the game. I mean, like, there's no way to know. Here's a clutch hitter. It's Wade Boggs. He's 0 for 1 today against Bert Blyleven. Oh, he gets plunked. Oh, we're going to get fucked now, aren't we? Like, there is no way that we are not on the verge of getting crushed right now. Pardon the language. It just comes out naturally. All right, here we go. We got Boggs on first. Yeah. Pat Dodson crushes it to center. That's not going. anywhere. 372 feet. Man, I'd love to get a double play now, but that Bert Blyleven only gives up fly balls, and we can't turn 2 anyway. Well, Rice popping it up. Could we get out of this? I know this is early to do this, but we're going to guard the lines here with Clint Hurdle. He's a left-hander that absolutely crushes righties. And there's no way Boggs should score from first, but there's 2 down. He'll be running. So on a double down the line, he could score. Okay, ground ball into the dirt. And we get out of it. Okay, I got excited. That's the coffee. I need to go to decaf. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Greg Brock leading off. Striking out. 6 Ks. You know, I mean, I think, whoa, there's a lot of stuff going on in my headset here. I think because we have so many lefties in the lineup, we don't have any, replacements on the bench that are quality. I think this is what could happen to us versus left-handers. If our righties can't get hits. Wow, 7 strikeouts for John Tudor. That is a season high, and we're only in the 4th inning. Kenny Smith strikes out. We strike out the side. We are being no-hit through 4 innings. It's not time to get a no-hit watch going, but yeah, it doesn't feel good, does it? There's Bert Blyleven facing Dickie. Blyleven pitching pretty well as THON lines out to left. 1 out. Here's Dennis Littlejohn. Yeah! 1-0 count to Littlejohn and a base hit. He's 2 for 2 on the year. He's got 2 of the 3 hits. This is the kind of, like, I believe that if I were to throw in 9 players who had never played this season, we would probably score 15 runs, you know? And that's what this game kind of tells you. Like, we'll insert a player who hasn't played all year, and he's got 2 of the 3 hits because he doesn't have any statistics to bounce off, to regulate, you know? And he very well, if he were to get 3 more starts before Petrelli comes back, he might go 0 for 10 after today to balance out his average. But today, he is a god because the game determines that he should be. Blyleven gets his first strikeout of the game. All right. 2 down. We're not going to guard the lines here. Chico Walker's a switch hitter, so he's going to do whatever he's going to do. Line drive to left. Come on, Giddy. All right. We are going to the bottom of the 5th inning. I will light the lamp for a no-hit watch if we cannot get one here. Let's start it off with Jesse Barfield. He Barfielded it into right field, and the no-hitter's over. Oh, it's a double! Hey, there's some hustle. Give Barfield a new card. He gets his first double of the year. Still not hitting like Jesse Barfield should. I mean, he's got a 628 OPS. I mean, the guy should be hitting 800, but whatever. Okay, so Barfield on second. Here's George Brett. I mean, the guy's batting .390 versus lefties. We're going to let him take a cut. Hey, base hit to right. It's 1-0. Just like that, we have the lead. We're not going to go for 2. So it's 1-0 on the RBI single from George Brett. Here's my large adult son, Lance Parrish. He's got 3 nicknames. He's Big Wheel, No Pants Lance, and my large adult son. Striking out for the 2nd time today. Come on. I mean, he's got to, he can't be a 167 hitter. You can't. Oh, shit. Okay, let's hit and run with Lou. Lou is 0 for 9. against John Tudor. This could be a missed hit and run right here. Yeah! Oh, and Brett steals second. Oh, man, we got lucky on that one. Hey, that's George Brett's first stolen base of the year. He had 2 last year for us. I mean, it's crazy how in the 70s, like, everybody stole bases, right? Even George Brett hit the 20s. Trammell and Whitaker, you know, they could, I think Trammell got to 30 one season, but neither one of those guys were base stealers in that era. Even 30 was kind of like, well, you show up, you're going to get 30. Lou Whitaker flying out to left. Wow. Could Brett's terrible speed beat out Jim Rice's terrible arm? We don't want to have the third out at third. We don't want to have that momentum shifted. So we're going to let Gibson take a cut here. Full count to Gibby. And a base hit to right. That will score. George Brett, do we want to go for 2 with Gibby? Hell yes, we do. And Gibson is safe at second. Gibson with a double and an RBI. That is his 6th double of the year. 2-0 Detroit. So we were completely shut down for 4 innings, and now the game is giving us all this opportunity. Here's Trammell, and a wild pitch. Gets Gibson to third. Out of curiosity, how many wild pitches does Tudor have? That's the 2nd one all season. No, I'm sorry, the 3rd, right? You got to combine them. All right, can we score? It's a 1-0 count to Trammell. And a fly ball to left. So we do manage to get 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Now Blyleven is due to get crushed, and it's 3 lefties coming up. And these are all lefties who are, well, I don't know. Dodson's not great, but Tarver and Boggs are tough on righties. So we're going to keep him on a short leash. I don't want to pull Blyleven out, but we're going to keep him on a short leash here. Oh, look at that. Tarver swinging and missing. 2nd K for Blyleven. Here's George Brett. We're going to try to psych him out by bringing the 3rd baseman in. So Brett is in on the grass. 0-1 count to Boggs. Oh, Boggs says suck it as he goes to left center field for his 8th home run, leading the team in homers with 8. It's 2-1. I always people always say like Ichiro, Tony Gwynn, maybe Wade Boggs. They could have hit so many more home runs if they weren't, just always trying to make contact and put the ball in play and, hit them where they ain't. I always wondered if Boggs could have been a 30 home run hitter. The game says maybe. That's his 8th home run. So there goes the shutout for Blyleven. Here's Pat Dodson. Yeah, and now he's striking out everybody. This will probably be the last inning. I mean, he's only thrown 66 pitches though. 0-2 count to Jimmy. Ground ball to third. Brett will make the play. So unfortunately, Wade Boggs goes deep. That was his 8th home run. It's 2-1. Nobody thought this was going to be a shutout when we started. There's the 10th strikeout for John Tudor today. 1 out for Glenn Wilson. Wilson can't buy a hit versus a lefty. 2 down, and here is Kenny Smith. He struck out both times he's faced Tudor. Make it 3 for 3. We're going to the 7th inning. It's Hurdle, THON, and Littlejohn. Full count to Hurdle, and he strikes him out. Okay, so Blyleven has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he's faced. That were outs anyway. I feel like he's due to give up a walk now. Yeah, here's a full count. He walks. Yeah, I mean, it's the strikeout walk combination that you can't stop from happening. We will guard the lines. I can't imagine Dickie will be going, but maybe. I mean, Littlejohn's 2 for 2. He can't go for 3 for 3. Oh, there's our wild pitch. So that run is going to score, and there's nothing we can do about it. Even if we took out Blyleven right now, it's a guarantee. Yep. Line drive to center. Barfield will catch it. Yeah, you're not going to run on Barfield. This will be the last batter for Blyleven. The question is, will he leave with the lead? There's nothing we can do but push a button here. 2-1 count to Barrett. Ground ball to second. Whitaker makes the play. All right. It's a solid performance from Blyleven. The way things are going, I did not think that he would get through 7, but we're going to give him a chance to leave with the lead. Let's see if we can add to it. It's 2-1 Detroit. Jesse Barfield facing John Tudor. 1-2 count. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. 12 strikeouts for a pitcher who is, I mean, not a strikeout pitcher. I mean, all of his peripheral numbers here are right around league average. So maybe he's just having one of those games, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like these things should happen. George Brett golfs that one to center field, 432 feet, almost to the warning track. 2 outs. Here's Parrish. And made contact this time for out number 3. So we go to the 8th inning. I mean, he's only thrown 89 pitches, and Chico Walker's 0 for 3 against him. Yeah, striking him out. Okay, so that will be it for Bert Blyleven. We're going to bring in Dave Rucker. Thankfully, he gave up a run in his last appearance, so it's less likely that he'll get crushed here by the game. I say crushed. We should call it mogling, right? That's what we call it. This is his 13th appearance. He's 0-1 with an 0.84 ERA. 10 strikeouts in 10 2/3 innings. Opponents are batting 139 against him. That's because we loogie him all the time. He's a lefty one-out guy. Fastball tops out at 91 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50% of the time. Fastball's at 87. The slider's right around league average. Overall rated an 86. The 26-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible at the end of the year. So if we're not in contention, this is a guy that I would consider trading because we don't want to have to pay relievers. He's going to face Schelle Tarver, who hits lefties pretty well. 391 on base percentage versus lefties. He gets a base hit on a 3-1 count, so this could go sideways really quickly. Tarver's got good speed. He's got 15 stolen bases, and we do have a lefty on the mound, so that's going to drop the percentages in theory. Wade Boggs batting .211 versus left-handers. And he steals second. So that's as good as scoring right there. That's 16 stolen bases. And I mean, there's nothing we can do but let him score. A ground ball to first gets Tarver to third. The only question is, will it be a wild pitch, a pass ball, a balk? Will it be a blue pit? Infield single. First pitch swinging. Infield single. Oh, no! Hey! Whitaker makes the play, and we get out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Somehow we are holding on versus John Tudor, who's having a career game today. Here's Lou Whitaker leading off. Popping it up. Just got a piece of it. It's almost the 13th victim. Oh, an error on the catcher, Littlejohn. That's stupid. That is so dumb. Whitaker safe on at first. Let's hit and run. I'd love to get another run right now. Base hit up the middle. Oh, is the game going to give us a mercy? How are we hitting and running and Whitaker not going to third? That is not Freddie Lynn out there in center field. That is Schelle Tarver. He's got a 72 arm, and the game would not allow us to go to third on a hit and run plate. It says 72 feet, but I mean, that's just capital L lame. 2-2 count. Oh, a nubber. Back to Tudor. They cannot turn two. Tudor at 119 pitches is now officially listed as tired. We will, man, Brock is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. He is going for the golden sombrero. We are going to go on contact, but Brock hasn't made contact all day. Oh, no. Oh, he does, but it's going to be a double play. Oh, no! It is not. They can't turn two. Brock beats it out. And it's 3-1. Give up an RBI. We'll take it. They're leaving Tudor in there to face Glenn Wilson. And a ground ball to second. The Tigers' advantage of only 4 hits versus Tudor. We go to the 9th inning. We're going to bring in the closer, Dave Smith, now sporting a Tigers baseball card. This is his 16th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 2.40 ERA, 16 strikeouts in 15 innings pitched. He's got 7 saves and a bluey. Fastball tops out at 88 miles an hour. It's his best pitch, rated an 89, and a sinker at 81. Overall, rated an 84. The 29-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the year. Possible trade bait if we can't be in the playoff hunt, which, I mean, we always are because the game makes you. Jim Rice leading off against Dave Smith, and he strikes him out. Will the game give them a junk run? There's a comebacker from Hurdle to Smith. Smith throws him out. Hey, we are down to the final out. This has been an entertaining game. We got Dickie THON up at the plate. 2-2 count and a ground ball to Whitaker. That's easy. The Tigers win game 1 of the series, 3-1. Handshakes, butt slaps, sloppy steaks. Well, that's a nice victory as the game is thinking about trade offers. We'll take a victory anytime we can get one, but a good performance versus a high-impact offense. Blyleven pitched a hell of a good ball game, so we have to give him some recognition for that today. Beating John Tudor, who had 12 strikeouts, as the game continues to think about it. Yep, and they decide on nothing, at least between us. So let's take a look at the standings. That victory gives Baltimore the lead in the division by a half game over New York and Boston. We're only 2 games back, so we're fighting our way back into the hunt. Cleveland's lost 6 in a row. Seattle maintains a 1-game lead over Oakland, looking at the NL. Philadelphia's lost 2 in a row. Pittsburgh's won 4. I mean, you'll never see a team run away with a division. It just doesn't happen in this game. Let's take a look at the headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Baltimore wins 7-5 to take first. It's kind of amazing what they're doing. Their team has suffered so many injuries, and yet they're right in it. Then we'll take a look at the next one here. I thought I hit it. There we go. 3-1 victory unseats Boston. Bert Blyleven having a good game. They didn't even mention Tudor, who crushed it. Let's take a look at next one. Oh, there is a big trade, or I don't know, potentially a 4-player deal as Milwaukee sends, no, I'm sorry. No, Craig Grabeck goes to Milwaukee. As the Angels in return get Gene Harris, Terry Matthews, and Paul Molitor. Okay, this, I'm sorry, like, this is not well written. We need that computer AI to write these things. Paul Molitor, holy smokes. Why are the Angels worried about losing Craig Grabeck when the Brewers got rid of their last best player? Well, okay, let's find out more about this. We'll go to transactions. Okay, so that was sandwiched in the Jose Melendez injury, which we already saw yesterday. We talked about it. So the only thing is this trade. Paul Molitor goes to California, and he is on the team. Wow, he's the last best player on that team. So they are really slumming it. In return, they get Gene Harris. Okay, that Gene Harris. He is in single A. They also get Terry Matthews, who's in single A. And they get Craig Grabeck, also single A. So for 3 single A players who probably we won't see them for a while. Wow, that's crazy. We have to take a look at the Milwaukee team and see what their lineup looks like now, because it's got to be crap, right? This is all the players you would expect. So what that does is it gives Dick Davis a spot to be a DH, which is crazy because he's awesome in left field, rated a 98. If you're going to play that guy, you should put him in left. And who's your left fielder? Mike Felder. He's a 90. All right. So he could play anywhere in the outfield. And so what that means is Gorman Thomas comes back and gets to be in the majors for another year, despite being rated a 69. He was just hanging on with the Mariners at that point of his career. So anyway, okay, well, cool. I always like these big trades. All right, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. I think we're in the final days of the 1969 Seattle Pilots Team MVP voting. I think we'll just let it run through the end of this weekend, and then we'll announce the MVP. Right now, it looks like it's Mike Marshall. That's not a bad choice among the 4 options. So, player of the game. I mean, did we really do anything that deserves giving it to a hitter? Let's give it to Kirk Gibson. He had 2 hits. He had an RBI, not the game-winning RBI, but he also had a stolen base. So he had a double in there. So Gibby will be the player of the game today. Bert Blyleven pitched really well, battling John Tudor. Blyleven will get the victory. He's 4-1. Dave Smith gets the save. That is his 8th of the year. John Tudor, a hard luck loser if you ever saw one. 12 strikeouts in the loss, getting a complete game. The error by Littlejohn, he cost him an earned run. Wade Boggs hit the home run, too. Good job by him. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great day.